Hello, and welcome back to the Bring It podcast. Rory's just finished his sandwich, so we're starting off today. We've now got a Facebook page. It's just simply Bring It. The Twitter page was Rory's responsibility this time. What was the app, Rory?
I believe it's just at Bring a It podcast. So I'll double check now.
I think it was Bring_podcast.
Oh God, Rory. Is there
it's
a lot?
Right, it is.
Is there a lot of Twitter handles called Bring 'em It? Could we not get that?
I don't know. I didn't even choose the handle. I didn't choose the handle. It did that automatically.
Right. So if you want to find us on
I can
Twitter,
change that.
just find Bring_podcast. I tell you what. Anyone who follows our Facebook page would have probably already seen this, but I was looking through who Rory decided to follow. And you got it's all pretty textbook at the start. You got film fan, film updates, discussing film, Jack Mate's happy hour, Sam Reader. Hello Sam, shout out Sam. And then you've got Cesc Fabregas, proud dad of 5 beautiful children. And then
realistically, we need a variety on it to spread to the masses. And I thought Cesc Fabregas. Big footballer, foreign language.
He's got a lot of
spread
followers.
It to the Spanish people.
I'm sure we'll become very, very big in Spain.
We have one Spanish listener, I think.
Buenos dias.
But and then Bootlegger was the last one. He's a Welsh football fan. But that's a hilarious screenshot.
His fans are definitely the people we're going to be looking at.
Well, maybe the bonus football episodes more so.
Let's not
True.
put ourselves in a box. They might like what we do. You never know.
Exactly. The Fabregas thing is a bit far though. I can't.
He's just one of my favourite players ever. So I thought, you know what, I'll follow him.
We don't want Van Persie listening to this podcast though. Snake.
Get away!
Right. Anyway, banter over. Let's get into the big.
That's not good. You shouldn't stay right at the start. The banter's over.
Okay, this period of banter's over.
There could be
more to come. More to come.
Maybe.
Well, hopefully.
Well, maybe
not.
not.
Make any promises.
This might bomb. This might be rubbish.
This could be shit.
No, it won't be rubbish. Not if we believe.
Guys, I got a segue. Do you think it would be higher or lower than the last podcast?
That's a good segue. It could end
Tom,
up being rotten.
You should have stayed silent there, Tom. You really ruined that.
Could have been a crickets.
But anyway, the idea behind this week's podcast is we're going to name some big films. I mean, we haven't compared the films, so we don't know. I don't know how big everyone else's films are going to be yet. But
Relatively big.
Yeah, but the idea is we're going to pitch it to the other two. So, say if I go first, I probably will go first because I've done recent films. It would be nice to go backwards.
True.
But I'm doing sort of films between the 210s and the 220s. Well, we're not really into that yet. But can you hear my dog barking?
A little bit.
Right. Well, I'm going to go shut the door.
I've also got my dog here, so hopefully Bear will keep stum.
Yeah, Bear, keep stum if you can hear me.
She can't.
Had enough of dogs today. But yeah, the idea is, if I go first, I'm going to ask, do we reckon this film was more popular with the critics? You know, the stiff old people.
You what?
I mean, technically, I'm a critic, and I'm neither of those things. So I'm just going to move past that.
Stiff old.
Or so critics, or the just the general audience rating, so people can just go on IMDb and say, "Oi, I reckon that was good." Except it's not IMDb. It's Rotten. Except we're doing it on Rotten Tomatoes. Yeah, we're doing Rotten Tomatoes.
You got me worried there, Henry.
Well, it's all right. I hope you lot know what's going on right now.
Yeah.
That was rocky. That was. But anyway. I've got some bad films and I've got some good films. I've got some critically acclaimed films. I've got some audience popular films, but you don't know yet. Well, you might know, but you probably don't, because no one really does this in their spare time, other than us film buffs. You might be a film buff, you might not be a film buff, you might just be here for our voices. If you are, thanks.
Henry, I think you're starting to waffle a bit.
You are waffling big time.
I just
mate.
did an article on waffling.
Should we just get to it?
Yeah,
We've
will.
explained it.
My first film is Logan.
Logan.
What do you reckon?
I reckon they're quite similar.
Similar. I'm not going to give you any clues.
I'm just.
Are we guessing? Are we guessing?
Have a little discussion.
Well, I know the audience. I know the audience loved it because it was like an R-rated Wolverine film, and like people just love that. So I feel like the audience will probably have liked it more than the critics.
I tend to think it's a sad superhero film where characters die. Spoiler. So critics would probably like, oh, yeah, this is great.
They
so
do
I
like
reckon. I think it'll be high. I think it'll be similar. So I'm gonna say 90% critic score. No, 88% critic score, 92% audience score.
I'm gonna go higher than that. I think both of them will be in the 90s. I think 92 for critic and 94 for audience.
Well, you're both wrong as far as the critic and audience thing goes, because actually the critics rated higher. Which I think the reason I added this was because I was actually kind of shocked about that, because I thought it was a bit of a it was a bit of a fan pleaser. I just
the fan favourite.
Messed up my worms.
Your worms?
It's the two Ronnies, mate.
Joke.
Yeah. But yeah, no. That little guessing the percentages. I think what we should do, we should actually add up these scores, because it might be quite fun. So, you know, if you got your Word document open, just give yourself a little tally.
So me and Rory are both on 0.
Yeah, that yes. Rory Godia and Tom Purcell both on 0. I repeat, 0.
Well, so are you. You don't get any points.
Yeah, because I'm the question master, mate. I've got 0 out of 0. You've got 0 out of 1.
You made yourself look a knob there, Henry. Let's be honest. Right.
Anyway.
Who's next?
50 Shades of Grey I've got next.
Do we not get to find out? Do we not get to find out what was higher? Did you say?
Yeah, I did say. I said.
What's just happened to me there? I feel like I just
critics.
skipped in time.
He said critics.
It's critics,
but
mate.
Did you say the exact percentages? Have you got them written down?
Oh yeah, no, I have. Yeah. The critics gave it 93%, and the audience gave it 90%.
1% off.
Yeah, I was gonna say your guess wasn't actually that bad, except for the audience one. Although to be fair, 4% is not that bad.
Audience gave it what?
Audience gave it 90%.
Oh, okay.
That's lower than I thought, though. I thought because it's a big brand. It's like everyone. There was a lot of anticipation going towards it. Although maybe that's it. Maybe it's because of anticipation. Because critics are kind of immune to that sort of stuff, aren't they? Like the hype and the I'm really looking forward to this. Hope it doesn't flop and all that sort of stuff. Like they try and take it into account a bit more. Or what if the audience rating being a bit lower is down to parents taking them to a Wolverine film and thinking, oh, this is going to be nice for the kids, and then just seeing...
It was a 15, Henry. They wouldn't have got in.
Oh, right. Anyway, onwards to the next one.
Are you doing all of yours first?
I reckon I'll do all mine, because then we're going like backwards, aren't we, through the ages?
Yeah. True.
Actually, I haven't done mine in chronological order. But
we heard the next one.
Yeah, well, it's 50 Shades of Grey. I decided I was going to do.
When we decided we were going to do different genres, that is a big jump.
Yeah, I know. I was quite impressed with myself for that one. 50 Shades of Grey, nothing like Logan. You could argue it's the opposite kind of film, isn't it?
Yeah, you could.
Yeah, there's an argument to be made. It's true. Right. So critics.
I don't think they would have liked it.
No, I reckon critics would be at like a 28%, maybe a 30 at a push.
I'd have gone a bit higher.
Nah. And then audience, I reckon might be a little higher. I'll go for...
Like your voice.
Go for maybe 65%. Notice that little joke there, Henry. That was good, mate.
What about you, Tom? What do you reckon?
What about your joke or the film?
You are lagging somewhat, by the way.
Oh God.
I'm very sorry about the joke or the film.
About
That's cantankerous.
Huh? Oh
Okay,
God.
well,
This
Anyway.
is falling apart.
Anyway, Tom, do you want to just say your guesses in whatever stutter you're gonna do?
Well, it's not going to work out if I'm stuttering, is it?
Oh, it's not too bad. It's not too bad. You're
Okay.
you're
Well, I'd have gone a bit higher for the critic. I reckon around 40. Still very low.
Yeah.
Not great. I think Rory's probably a bit right with the audience score because I reckon, let's be honest, most of the people who've been seeing that in the cinema, they're going to be people who are wanting to watch a film like that and they won't really care that much.
I'd say they even
the sheltered mums that love it.
Yeah.
I think.
I'd say that was even their market. I'd say their market was people who wanted to watch the film.
Yeah, and I reckon it might even go as high as like 70 for the audience.
For the audience, what did you say for the critics, or did you?
I said about 40.
Yeah.
40. Like I'm gonna go 43.
So okay, so you both reckon it's audience, roughly.
Yeah.
Well, you're both right about the audience liking it more, but Tom, you are way off on the percentages.
Okay.
It was 25% critic and 41% audience.
Oh.
I was 3% off.
Yeah, Rory, that was a bad. I feel like you may have had a gander.
Oh man, you know I've got film savvy.
Yeah. Well, you'd hope so.
Even after that, even after being that close, Rory was still on 1 point each.
Wow.
I'm not doing a tally for you two, by the way. I hope you've done your own.
I've just got one.
I'm just doing my own tally.
Okay.
Okay.
Why did you start laughing when you said that?
Tally.
I didn't think. I thought Rory laughed. I thought that was a bit of overlap. Anyway, this is where I thought, oh, maybe I've gone. Maybe I haven't done the variety as much as I should have done because I've done another sort of superhero. I've done The Dark Knight Rises.
Dark Knight Rises.
Yeah.
I was very close to doing The Dark Knight for mine, but I went against it.
I just about sneaked into 2011 with The Dark Knight Rises. Just about.
Dark Knight Rises was like a darling of the media from what I remember. I'm pretty sure it's going to be like a really high for both of them because everyone fucking loves Batman as well, drools over him.
I love Batman.
It's an underrated film as well.
Oh dear.
Oh my god. He's so passionate, he's just lagging.
So, this is Daft Punk, Tom. We're going to get this occasionally.
This is all going horribly.
This is vibrato, Tom.
The Daft Punk Rises. Right, let's move on. That was a bad joke.
Oh, that's a stinker. Go on.
Critics, I go for like 90%. No, 94%.
Right.
Audience hovering at like a 95.
Oh, blimey, you're going 1% difference there.
Yeah, that's fine.
Tom, what do you reckon?
I think I'm not lagging, am I?
No. Just assume
Okay,
you're not.
I think it'll be a bit lower than that. I reckon around 80, 89 for the critic. not the crickets. I think the audience will be lower as well because I think they were expecting a bit more. So I think about 85 for the audience.
No way.
We have a lead, ladies and gentlemen, because you disagree.
Yeah, exactly.
The higher percentage was, drumroll, the audience at 90%. The critic rating was 87%, and I reckon I could. My mate who is quite critical on films like this, he's like a critic, you might say. He said he was quite disappointed at the first viewing of The Dark Knight Rises. At the very least, I think he likes it now because he watched it again since I got annoyed at him. But he said the first time around he always got annoyed that the police ran at all of the guns. He just thought it was just such a silly idea. But you know,
they're trying to save their city.
Yeah, I suppose.
I don't remember ever being pissed off about that film. I remember really enjoying it in the cinema and not having a problem with it.
The first time I saw it was with Rory Godia, the man, the myth. Yeah,
who's that?
I believe. I think it was when we were on holiday when we were 13.
Oh, yes, the Riviera. I remember.
Yeah. Anyway.
So it's lovely.
So Rory's in the lead at the moment. Unlucky Tom. But you have a chance.
Myself back.
You have a chance to claw yourself back. There's 3 more.
Well, I hope so.
My next one is The Hobbit: An Unexpected Journey.
I hate that film.
Oh, why? I quite like it.
That's alright.
I don't really like any of them that much. That's not this conversation.
True.
Go on.
I remember. Well, I don't remember. This is just me guessing. But I have a sneaking suspicion that the critics thought this was slightly above average.
What is average, though, in terms of... Is the average 50%? Or?
Well, I'd say, in the way I'm discussing this, I'd say average is 50 to 60.
Oh, right, okay.
Because you rarely get them really, really low. And you rarely get them really, really high. So, yeah. I think, in my head, I've got Critic 76.
Mm-hmm.
And then audience, I think they didn't like it as much. So I think audience, not too different, but 60.
Okay. Rory?
No.
Interesting.
Yeah, 60.
That's quite a big
difference. I also agree that critics preferred it. But I remember it being...
agree with me the whole time now and win.
Oh, yeah.
No, because we've
what
got...
an idea that is.
Hang on, no.
You're going first next
hang on, because me and Rory... Because you two have still got to ask questions, haven't you? Right,
Anyway, interruption. I remember at the time, critics also, quite liking it. And I don't think the audience hated the first one either. I'm pretty sure the first one was just a bit too long. But other than that, was pretty well reviewed. So I'm going to go critics 82%, audience 73%.
Right, well, I can tell you both had a big fat stinker because because it is actually it's very skewed towards audience rating. The audience gave it 83% and the critics gave it 64%.
64?
Oh.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Crikey.
Yeah, I mean, that shocked
Henry,
me.
you're shocking me with these ones.
Yeah, I am shocked. That's why I picked them, mate, because they had shock value. But I quite enjoyed the film, and so that makes me an audience member, I guess, rather than a critic.
At least I'm still in the lead.
I guess it does.
Yeah. Anyway, the genre changes up completely with the next one. The Woman in Black, the original one, not the sequel, the desperate sequel.
A mist often rolls in early
Mm.
on. You can go first. You can go first this time, Ross.
That's fine. I'm pretty sure I remember the critic rating on this one from a long time ago. I don't know if it's gone up since then.
This is
or down.
I hope it hasn't. I'm going to go 78% on critic rating.
Mm-hmm.
Because I know it was quite well reviewed, and people they liked it quite a lot. Daniel Radcliffe was, not Harry Potter. Audience score, again, I feel like it would be pretty good. Maybe 84. I think the audience might be a bit higher.
I'm gonna go quick fire on this one. All right. 75 critic, 64 audience.
Wow.
Right. Well.
No hanging about.
Only one of you is right. Not on the percentages, obviously, but only one of you is right.
We did go different.
That's the joke, Tom. Thanks for that.
Yeah, that was a cracking joke, Henry.
Anyway, Tom is right this time, so we have a draw.
Oh, it's a joke. It's fixed.
Nah, it's not fixed, Rory. It's not fixed.
What are the percentages?
That sounded suspicious.
The percentages are 67% critic and 54% audience.
I was
definitely didn't remember.
See, I'm a bit confused now.
You're quite far off.
I don't know how you're drawing. Hang on, what's your scores?
I've got 2.
I've also got 2.
How does that work? Oh, yeah, because you messed... Okay, right, because neither of you
We both got the first one wrong.
Oh, okay, right, okay, I see. Right. Anyway, my final one, and by the way, we need to drop the percentages thing because we're on the 20-minute mark and people don't want to be here for an hour.
Alright.
But
That's gone longer than I thought.
the Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows film, part two. Sorry.
I reckon
Am I
you
going
might
first?
One of these figures is extremely high, by the way. I'll give you that clue.
have. Okay. Well, I was going to say that I think you've mixed things up and gone for one that's exactly the same. But now that you've said that, I'm not going to say that.
Oh, I bet one of you's done it now. Actually, probably you, Tom.
Wait, did you say part 2?
Part 2, yeah. The final film.
I'm almost certain that the critic score was extremely high on either the first one or the second one.
Right. Well, I looked at all of them.
I'm leaning towards the first one, so I'm going to say the audience score is higher.
Right.
Well, to consolidate my position in the table and hopefully get European football next season, I'm going to go the same as Tom.
Ooh.
Bloody hell. You are both wrong. The critics went 96% on this one.
What was it?
I did think critics would be higher, but
96%.
I was too scared to be different.
The audience went 89%.
Damn.
So the scores on the doors is 2-2. So the film study students got less than half right.
Well, let's see what you get, mate.
Maybe I'll be better. Who knows?
I think you probably will.
Right.
Right.
If I've seen the film. Anyway, who wants? It's Tom next, isn't it? Because we're going to go backwards
Tom,
into the ages.
Tom next.
We're reversing in time.
So, first one.
Right.
To start off the decade, I believe this was a 2000 film. Gladiator.
Yes, I was going to do that if I did this period.
Oh, fuck! That's bullshit. Henry, go first. Henry, go first.
No.
Yeah, you should have said that. Right?
No, actually, wait.
No, Henry has to go first.
Actually, I'm actually not sure.
Oh, yeah, now you're not sure.
Yeah, all right.
No.
Yeah, pull the other one.
No, Rory, you'll go first. You'll go first.
No. I reckon. Yeah, I'm just going to say audience score higher.
I don't actually know. I genuinely don't. I'm going to say critic because I think that I was surprised because it was one of those films that you used to have like handed to you for £1 at HMV. I used to think it was. I kind of just assumed it was like a low quality film before I watched it, and I watched it and it was good. And then I think I may have looked it up, and I think I may have been shocked by the fact that it was really critically acclaimed. So yeah, I'm going to go critic.
Against all odds, despite the fact that Henry looked this one up before, Rory has come away with the W.
Damn.
87% user and 77% critic.
Yeah, Tom, we're not doing that anymore.
Such a huge dub.
We're not doing that
Well,
anymore.
I thought I'd tell you for those 3 seconds. It took Henry.
Oh no,
and now that
yeah.
you complained about it.
Apologies, I meant.
It's taken longer.
Yeah, I meant us guessing. Yeah, I apologise. Okay, right, Rory deserved lead. Fair enough. Right, next
so
film.
That's 3 for Rory now. All right. So
Huge
now
dubbadola.
this is a big skip. This one I've gone for Mean Girls.
Oh, come on. Why would I have
I've never
seen that?
film.
Oh mate, it's actually a very good film.
Yeah, of course you've seen it, Tom.
Yeah, it's a good film.
Simp.
Yeah. We don't use that word on the podcast, Rory.
Sorry, women. Right. I'll go for. I think. Oh no, you went. No, I went first last time. You go.
Okay, fine, I'll go. Oh, come on. There's no way the critics go... I'm saying audience. There's no way the critic went mad over that.
Audience?
Hang on, let me get... I'm going critics.
Oh my god.
I assume he said critics.
Did you...
Yeah, I'm going critics. Sorry, I didn't realise that would be indecipherable.
Yeah, when you listen to that back, you're going to realise.
Henry was judging us film students, but he's now falling 2 behind on this.
Oh.
The critic score was 84%. User score was 66.
Jesus.
So Henry, you need to buck up your ideas.
Well, I may do in the second half.
Well, I think you might have a good chance on the next film.
Okay.
So, Spider-Man 3.
Oh. Ah. Oh, I'm actually not sure.
That's a tough one.
Rory, you go.
That's the thing.
Alright, well, I mean, Spider-Man 3 is quite a panned film, but I feel like Tom's trying to throw a wedge between us.
I don't
I
think he's
think
that tactical.
I'll go audience score higher.
Scar.
I'd also say audience. I think critics probably took issue with the amount of villains because we've discussed this, haven't we? So like we've actually gone into depth why Spider-Man 3 wasn't as good. So I feel like they would have done that too. Yeah, audience. I'm going audience.
So Henry has continued his streak of getting none right.
What?
Rory is stuck.
Are you kidding me?
So
You are a tough Andrew.
But you've just got it wrong too.
63% critic, 51% user. I think the reasoning behind this one is the user score is probably going to be more people who like the comics and would find more to be annoyed at than critics.
That is true.
Critics wouldn't care as much.
That's the sort of people that go on Rotten Tomatoes and downvote it, isn't it?
Yeah,
fair enough.
Exactly.
Next one, Tom.
Okay, doing a little bit of a skip in genre, not too much. Star Wars: Attack of the Clones.
I don't know why I don't.
What, the cartoon one or the other one?
No, that's the Clone Wars.
Oh, is it? Oh,
Yeah.
sorry.
Attack. It's the second one after Phantom Menace.
Yeah. Got you. Henry first because pushed me to the driving seat last time.
I feel like if it was fresh out of the cinema, then it would be user, because everyone would have been gassed about it. But I'm gonna say that a lot of people probably have watched it since and done it low because of the kind of the discourse around it, which is that it's really bad. So I'm gonna go critic.
I'm gonna go critic as well because I think everyone hates Hayden Christensen, don't they? And that's probably his worst performance of all of them. So yeah,
definitely.
critic for me.
Except the women and the children scene, because that was good.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I suppose. Yeah.
It's quite a good scene.
Yeah.
So Rory played it smart there. He's keeping his lead against Henry. That is right.
Oh, thank God.
God.
Henry's first point. Attack of the Clones has a 65% critic and a 56% user. So quite close.
Wow.
Yeah.
Alright.
I think.
And here comes the... Oh, carry on.
I was gonna say, I think the general trend is that critics will always be like sort of closer to the mean, I'd say, and that users kind of go a bit extreme. But I don't know if that's true because the examples we picked out, there's a couple of anomalies. But anyway, go ahead.
Yeah. This is the one Henry's been dreading. He hasn't seen any foreign language films as far as he knows. Pan's Labyrinth.
What is that?
Guillermo del Toro.
Never heard of it, H.
No.
You probably quite like it.
Yeah, Guillermo del Toro.
What's it about?
Yeah. It's this little Spanish girl in fascist Spain who gets told she's like the queen of the underworld of some mythical land.
Yeah.
You know what? It's quite a long story to explain, so I'm going to leave it.
Yeah,
Okay,
it's quite convoluted.
It's got to be. It's critic then, isn't it? If it's about fascist Spain, 100% critic, 100%.
Yeah, I think I agree with him.
Okay, well, I'll add a bit of tension to this one because this is a very, very close one. So there is a 4% difference. One of them is 95. One of them is 91. And you're both correct. 95 critic.
Get in, mate. I got it right on one I haven't watched.
And 91, obviously, percent for the user.
Right.
But yeah, out of all the films I've looked at, all the films I picked, it is the highest on both sections.
Nice.
Wow.
And lastly but not least, I thought I'd go for something very different. I've gone for an all-out comedy.
Right.
With The Hangover.
Oh, it is all out.
The Hangover.
Audience score higher. Easy, mate.
Ooh,
That film,
right in there.
I'm pretty sure was like, I think critics were like, yeah, it's alright. But I remember going into school and everyone being like, oh my god, have you seen The Hangover? It's so good.
I feel like a good formula to go by would just, if there's any political commentary, then I should go Critic. If there's none, I should just go User every time. I'm just gonna go User.
Are you saying there's no political commentary in The Hangover?
In The Hangover?
I don't think there was there?
No, probably not. I don't remember. I haven't seen it in a very long time.
Anyhow.
And again, just to add a little bit of tension, this is also a fairly close one with a 6% difference. So one is 84% and the other is 78%. And once again, you're both correct.
Yay!
84% user, 78%.
See, I told you I'd have a good second half. That's 3 out of 3 for the second half.
Oof.
I've got 7 points. You got to beat that, Tom.
I've got to get all 6 then to win. Because I want
5, haven't you?
Yeah, 5 to draw.
Well, 5 to
6,
draw.
yeah.
6. You have to have a perfect one to win.
Well,
I've got
maybe you've
3.
picked some very... Maybe you've picked films
Confusing.
that I look at all the time.
Maybe I have. Right, so here we go, boys. We're going back in time. I've got a wide time frame for this, from 2000 backwards. So it could be anything, really. Henry's in trouble, I reckon.
Yeah.
So for the first one, I've gone for an absolute classic of the animation genre, Toy Story.
Oh,
So,
The first one?
Yeah. What do you guys think?
I am going straight in there. Critic higher, user lower.
I'm just going to go with Tom on this one.
Eve. You're going to...
I'm going to go with Tom on this one and agree.
Right, well, let's have a look in Andy's toy box.
Oh my god.
As it seems, you are both correct, yep.
Hey!
Critics, 100%.
What?
Audience, 92.
100%?
I remember thinking either
Yep.
the first Toy Story or the second one is 100%.
Yeah, it's got a Hana.
I'd like to go through my thought process as well. Tom sounded confident, so I went with him.
That's a good process.
Yeah.
That's clever. That's the way you should be going, I think.
That's what happens. That's what happens.
No, go on. One of you both wanted to talk, and you both stopped.
I just heard a woo in the background.
I think that's from outside my window.
Oh my god.
I'm having fun out there. Keep going.
I didn't want to talk.
Right, you were
I've got
gonna say
nothing.
I genuinely didn't say anything.
Oh,
Right,
Rory.
we'll keep trotting back in time then. Right, so this one, we've gone for The Green Mile. Have you both seen that?
I love.
I started reading the book. I haven't watched the film.
Oh, interesting. It's Stephen King, isn't it?
I would say, because it's
Yeah.
me now, isn't it? I'd say 100%. I'd say Critic, because, well, any novel written by... What is that noise?
I do not know. I can
Yeah,
hear
that's
that
you,
too.
Tom. Unplug yourself.
I think that's me.
Is it you? Oh my god.
Is it still going?
No, it's not.
Henry,
it's not.
It wasn't me. Because
but
I
it's
took my
you- yeah,
mic
but
out
you're-
and I could still hear
You're
it.
the serial lagger, Tom, and the whole audience knows it.
Shut up. We're doing a podcast. Is it still going or not?
It's still going.
No.
Oh, I thought you were in the podcast, right? Yeah. Anyway, we continue. I'd say Critic for The Green Mile because it was a Stephen King novel, and there's no way any critic would try and downgrade. I don't know what you'd. There's no way a
Clearly
critic
haven't seen the
would.
reviews of Pet Cemetery.
I don't know what that is.
It's a Stephen King adaptation.
Okay, well,
Which
anyway,
wasn't
no.
liked.
I know The Green Mile was well respected, so I'm going Critic.
Yeah. I am, just to cause some controversy, I'm going to go user.
I thought you already went. Okay. Well, I thought Tom had already gone Critic, so I was about to call you both bum dossers, but
Ah.
as it turns out, Henry's bum dosser, and the audience score is 94%, and the critics are at 78.
What? Really? Oh god.
Yeah.
That's two for two. I'm on my
Yeah.
way to W.
But it had Tom Hanks in it.
I think it's because it was like a bit of a. I guess because it's a bit of a cheesy film. Maybe they were like, nah, not a big fan.
Yeah.
It's like, well, I mean, I think everyone I know that's seen it always talks about how they cry at it, so it's always going to have like high percentages going with it.
I might be incredibly wrong here, but I don't think it was a very faithful adaptation.
Henry would be the one that'd be able to tell us.
Well, I won't because I haven't seen the film.
Oh right.
I've read a bit of the book. That's all.
Oh.
I know.
Oh, okay.
I know. The Shining wasn't very faithful, and people didn't like it that much because of that at the time.
Mm.
Yeah.
Anyway,
But,
continue,
yeah.
Rory. Fast and
on
Furious.
to the next. We've got a bit of a crust of American teen culture here in American Pie.
Oh my goodness. Can you just unplug yourself now? Jesus. It's actually
Who, me?
awful. That is, it literally keeps on
Did you
doing
not
like,
hear it?
it's doing the radio under the tunnel thing every so often. It's really annoying.
It's doing Lucas on PlayStation.
Oh, he won't like that.
Yeah.
Should we tell him, Lucas? Should we tell Lucas he features on the podcast, or he gets mentioned, and then just give him this timestamp? Oh, bye, Rory.
Well, we can
There we
discuss
go.
it.
Right, there we go.
Yeah,
It was
anyway.
America. It's me first. Isn't
American Pie, right?
it?
Yeah.
I think you may have put this in to try and trick us and be like, oh, it's you're gonna you're gonna think that we're gonna go, oh, it's user because critics won't like it.
Mm-hmm.
Then I think you might have put it in there as a double bluff. So I'm gonna go with user. I think user's higher.
Interesting.
I don't. Oh yeah, I don't know. I feel like it'll be low on both, surely, because it's quite. It's just a trashy sort of. It's a crowd pleaser, except I don't know if it'll please every crowd. I'd say. I'm gonna go user too. I don't want to just be controversial for the sake of it.
Well, I've bluffed both of you
Oh,
because the critic score is 61 and the audience score is 61 as well.
Oh, what? No, you can't do that.
Mind blown.
You can't do
Mind
that.
blown.
You can't.
Ah,
You can't
I
do
thought
that.
someone would have done that.
it's been done.
Nah, not fair.
It's been done.
So
Tom was talking about bluffing.
so we both get a point then.
I
5
pulled the ultimate bluff. No,
Fine.
you don't. None of you get a point.
You can't do
Henry,
that.
We don't get a point.
You
for that.
can't
We don't
do
get a point
that.
for that. Come on.
I just did it, mate.
Oh my! You know what? This is
Well-
null and void. Null and void. No project. No project restart.
Asterisks.
We're not having it.
Just like Liverpool season should have been.
Right. If you click on Rory's
Well,
victory,
so,
you'll see a whole
so now
terms
I
and
can only
conditions.
draw.
I'm not having it. I'm actually not having that. That is
Well,
No,
yeah.
unfair.
cry me a river, mate. I am the master here.
No
We're
one
going on
cares.
to the next one.
No one cares.
I might give Tom.
I-
I'm going to give Tom a point because you're moaning.
Oh,
Tom, you got a point.
perfect. Thanks, mate.
You're not the question. Mate, you're the question master. You're not the game.
No, sorry, Henry. 2 versus 1.
No, overall.
Right.
No. So
Thanks,
on to the
mate.
next one. That's all right. That's all right.
I'm fuming.
Right. Next one. We've gone for the Karate Kid.
Ooh.
A classic of the 80s.
I won't
what do
lie.
we
I've
think?
only seen the Jaden Smith one. I haven't seen the
Oh.
original, which is quite
It's not that
embarrassing. Well, yeah, I assumed so.
I'd say
Is
critic.
it me first or Henry now?
Well, I've said critic now, so.
Okay. I'm gonna go different. I'm gonna go user. Don't want to be a sheep.
Oh my god.
Bleep, bleep,
Rory.
bleep. Announcement.
Rory.
Tom's a tosser. Henry gets the point.
Rory, your mic.
For fuck's sake.
This is actually a
Well,
disaster.
okay. And once again, I can only draw. Damn.
Oh, hang on. Oh, yeah, I've just gone. Yeah, I just got a point. I wasn't paying attention because Rory's dodgy mic. Right, you back?
I don't know
Yes,
why it's
it's gonna
randomly
take-
started.
Are you in your office
Technical
or are you in your
disaster.
dad's office?
I'm in the usual place, yeah. I don't know why it's
everything
doing
is
it.
the same. Great. It probably wasn't an issue with your laptop last time then. If this is happening
just-
again.
Technical disaster, this one.
Yeah.
Right, well,
we're pretty low budget.
Shall I move on
at
to the
moment.
next one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are you sure that was it actually making that noise, or were you just doing that and me going bleep, bleep, bleep?
No, it was going.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Right, next one is, again, going back in time, we've gone for Grease. Classical
Grease.
musical.
Grease life.
Oh my god.
It's me first, isn't it, this time?
Yeah, you go.
Again, I'm gonna stick with my guns. I'm gonna go user.
Interesting.
Yeah,
I think. I know the second film. Everyone was saying like that was awful. So I feel like
the second one.
there's a Grease 2, and so I feel like
Oh, gee.
people will direct their hate from Grease 2 into their love for Grease 1. So I reckon that's user.
Ooh,
Uh,
interesting process.
as it turns out, you are both correct, so that's a point for both of you here.
Sue, how many are there left?
I'm on.
One
One more.
one left.
Oh, so I could draw with Rory here. I'm on 6.
I can draw with Rory here as well.
Oh,
that's
whoa.
dead if you both draw with me.
No, because we'd both win because you cheated.
Have you given yourself an extra point?
No, I haven't. I've got 6. You can literally listen back.
I'm not sure.
This will be a public podcast. You can just watch it
I
or
reckon.
listen to it.
I think I might have to strike a point from Henry's record.
Shut up. Hang on, hey Tom, is your points count based on the fact that Rory gave you a phony point?
It wasn't phony.
No, that's
Oh
a real
my god,
point.
did you actually give yourself that point?
Well, the quizmaster gave it to me.
For me moaning?
Yeah, well, you shouldn't have moaned, mate.
Okay, Rory, carry on. This is so stupid at this point.
Cry me a river. Right,
yeah.
next one. Fight Club. What we saying, boys?
Oh, actually. User.
A cult classic.
Well, I think I'm going to just mix things up so not everyone... Like, if Henry goes user and it is user, everyone's going to finish on the same. I'm going to go critic.
And it is user. So Henry finishes above Tom.
Out and out winner, the non-film student Henry Godfrey Evans, 7.
Out and out winner.
Yeah,
because
you cheated. Because you cheated, Rory. I'm not having it.
Not for myself though.
Not having it.
Yeah. Well, you know what? Because he's complaining, I'm going to give you an extra mark from one of mine.
Yeah, I'm going to dock him another 2.
So, as it goes Rory first, then me, then Henry.
I'll tell you what,
the official
hang
scores.
on, look, we've got an audience, kind of. We can go on the Facebook. We can go on the Facebook page. I'll tell you what, anyone who follows us on Facebook, tell us who you thought won under the post. Because I think it's me, personally.
How can you say you won?
Because I got 7 points, joint with Rory, but Rory cheated. Yeah,
Not on myself.
one of his questions was null and void.
What a foolish way to think about things. Right.
Foolish boy. Fool of
I think we should end this podcast because it's a sham.
God, that was abrupt. You can't just say that, Rory.
I've...
What's everyone been up
I'm
to?
a renegade master.
What's everyone been up to recently? That'll be a better way to end it.
What, us?
Yeah, what have you been up to?
I was watching some Walking Dead earlier.
Good.
Yeah.
Right, anyway.
I was at work.
Thanks for going to the Bring 'Em It podcast. See you later.
That was such a better ending.
Yeah, of course it was.
Bye.
Bye. Colloquialism. Right.